Brainiac was obvious. It made absolute sense that he would be our big bad.
It moves from planet to planet. It's known as the Collector of Worlds, but its true name is Brainiac.
To me, Jeff Johns and Gary Frank did an incredible run on Brainiac.
We really decided to take a run at making him colder and more emotionally distant and ancient. And that version of Brainiac did heavily influence what we're doing in the show. And his crazy skull ship, which is really cool and iconic.
Brainiac's never been seen before like this.
Son of Krypton, your world is at an end.
Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back to another video on Krypton Season 1. So today we're going to be breaking down the trailer that you just watched, and this is the Brainiac trailer, so this is massive news, guys. So we're going to be breaking down the trailer shot by shot, telling you guys everything that you need to know about what's going to be happening to do with Brainiac and to do with Krypton. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe if you're new, so you don't miss any Krypton videos later this year. So I plan on making lots of Krypton videos when Krypton comes out. In exactly a month from today, it's going to be premiering on TV. So this trailer is awesome. It showcases so much new information that we didn't have. We knew Brainiac was coming, but now we get our first look. But we're going to be going through this shot by shot. So as the first shot suggests, he is the Collector of Worlds. That is his nickname. And so if you didn't know, in the comics he actually collects cities, and it says in this that he collects worlds, but that's just an overall saying. He actually only collects cities, and the actor who's actually playing Brainiac confirmed that it's just cities, not worlds, but he collects Kandor from Krypton, and that's just the biggest example. So throughout this trailer we get a few narrators, and David S. Goyer is actually the executive producer on this, and also Jeff Johns was heavily involved in the creation of Season 1, so they've got a lot of power, and this gives the potential for new characters like, say, the Green Lanterns, who actually have a high chance of actually appearing in this show. As it's been said, a lot of these characters from the DC universe can actually and will probably appear at some point, so it's going to be connected more heavily to the greater DC universe than, say, what the Flash is able to do on the CW. But in the next shot we see Adam Strange, and Adam Strange is going to be key. He's going to be the person that warns Segel of Brainiac, and that's what he's doing in this trailer, giving him his cape, telling him the information. And so we get a repeat shot of Brainiac's ship, and that's just to showcase how his ship actually works when it's actually moving. The next shot is the money shot. We get our first look at Brainiac, and oh my god, I have to say, guys, this is very, very intimidating. This is literally ripped straight out of the comic books, and this makes me so happy. And so as you can see, there's things coiling around him, and that's actually his chair, which we see later on, and it's technically a chair, but in the comics it's actually in the center of his room, where he actually connects himself up to, and he's able to extract data via that, and he's able to connect with everything via that. So that's what the ship does, and he's surrounded, as we see later in the trailer, by the bottled cities, but obviously they're not really bottled cities, they're like glass cities in this, considering it's all round, but we're going to be calling them the bottled cities because that's what it's called in the comics, so it's very similar. So throughout the trailer we get to see some different photos of the concept art for Brainiac's ship, and inside Brainiac's ship, as you can see here, it's some really cool looking artwork, and I have to say I'm a massive fan of how this ship actually ended out turning out to be like very comic book accurate, and also it's being very abstract with the idea of a skull ship. It's just not a normal skull, it's bigger than a skull, it's more crazy than just a normal skull ship, and how a normal skull would actually look like. As you can see, they're testing with different types of skulls and different things like that, so I love the way that it all combines together. So the next shot is the shot where we get to see those bottled cities, and like I said earlier, they're in like glass balls, and if you look on the left you can see a city, and potentially that could be Kandor, but we'll have to wait and see for that. But those are the bottled cities that you can see scattered around. And so the next shot is an amazing shot. It's very cinematic, and I love the use of color, and the CGI is just impeccable in the scene as we see Brainiac's skull ship as it travels across across a planet, and potentially this might be the ship actually going to a city, because I'm sure we're going to get an example of him actually sucking up a city into his capsule. So that would be really awesome if we get to see that. But like I mentioned earlier, we can see Brainiac, and you can see his green skin inside of this central thing in the room, surrounded the bottle cities. And this is actually the chair type thing. I'm calling it a chair because I don't really know how to describe it. But as you can see, it's got a load of coily wires. I would describe them as, although they're not wires, but it connects to him, and he's actually all connected up to the ship. And this is actually what the ship is sort of made out of. So it all combines to one another. So he knows everything that's going on, and he's connected to all the data that he needs to know. And then we get some awesome speech of Brainiac actually talking to Segel, and his intimidation of him trying to tell him your world is doomed. And I have to say, I like Brainiac's voice. I am a big fan of the synthetic voices they do on a lot of these DC shows, because it makes it a lot more sinister than just a normal voice. So I'm very happy with the look of Brainiac, and they release an exclusive photo of him when he's not in his CGI form, because obviously he's going to be used as a CGI character predominantly, although they actually shot with the actor and he had the makeup on and everything like that. But obviously a lot of these scenes will be him featured in the CGI form, which I'm a big fan of. He looks very, very good. So I'm extremely happy with how he looks, and I'm just going to quickly mention this quote from the actor who actually plays Brainiac just now. Yes, he transverses the universe in a gigantic skull ship, ripping cities out of planets. There we go, that's the confirmation. Miniaturizing them and placing them on board. But he does so in the spirit of conversation. In his mind, he's committed to the ultimate philanthropic act, saving all of creation. In many ways, it's analogous, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, to Noah plucking out 2 of every animal to ensure their survival, even knowing that others must perish. So the way the actor actually talks about Brainiac and his plan and how he's going to be doing it, he's going to be seeing it in a good light. And although he's a villain, he's got these qualities of himself actually thinking that he's going to save cities, he's going to bottle them up and preserve them. That's what he's doing. He's trying to preserve them because obviously these planets will die one day. So I'm very excited for this show. Brainiac looks brilliant. I love the storyline in the comics, and I'm very excited to see what they have with the Adam Strange character, and to see if they actually bring in any of the other characters from the DC universe. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
It doesn't make you strong.